I'll continue walking through the pages of the Bible, through a land where every warning has become survival. Now Moses stands before him with the same unshaken word. Let my people go, that they may serve the Lord. So Exodus chapter 10 lets the final warnings begin. Yeah. Moses and Aaron entered where the hardened ruler sat, and God said, "How long will you refuse to humble yourself? If Israel was not released when morning touched the land, locusts would arrive beneath the movement of his hand. They cover every surface till the earth cannot be seen. Devour what the hail had spared, leave every branch ungreen. Fill the houses of the king, his servants, Egypt's homes. A plague unlike their fathers or their fathers' fathers known." Then Moses turned and left them with the warning spoken plain. But Pharaoh held his arrogance while servants felt the strain. They asked, "How long will this man be a snare before our eyes? Let the men go serve their God. Can't you see that Egypt dies?" So Moses and Aaron were brought back before the throne, and Pharaoh asked which Hebrews truly planned to go. Moses answered, "Young and old, our daughters and our sons, our flocks and herds are coming, we must celebrate as one." But Pharaoh offered freedom with a chain underneath. "Only let your men go worship." Then he drove them from his reach. You cannot bargain halfway with the voice of the Lord. Cannot keep the children captive while the fathers step forward. When God says, "Let them go," he isn't asking for a party. Calls the whole life out of Egypt, body, household, heart. Pride shuts doors while judgment gathers in the sky. Mercy sends a warning before consequence arrives. And Moses stretched his staff across the borders of the land, and an east wind blew all day and night at God's command. When morning came, the locusts rode the wind like living smoke, settling over Egypt till the country's color broke. Number 4, since we're like them, stripping fruit from every stem, every herb the hail left standing, every leaf upon a tree was eaten till no trace of green in Egypt could be seen. Pharaoh hurried for the prophets. "I have sinned against the Lord and against you. Please forgive me just this once more, and treat your God to take this deadly plague away from me." Moses prayed, the Lord responded, putting power on display. A mighty west wind lifted every locust far away and drove him toward the Red Sea. Not a single one remained, yet Pharaoh's heart was hardened and the captive stayed in chains. He wanted pain removed without repentance taking root. He confessed beneath the pressure, then denied it with his fruit. Then God told Moses, "Stretch your hand toward heaven once again." And darkness fell on Egypt like a weight upon the wind. It was darkness that was felt, thick, smothering, and true. For 3 days no Egyptian saw the face of anyone. For 3 days they could not rise or move beneath the absent sun. Rock could not rescue Egypt, every boast was swallowed whole, while Israel had light inside the places they called home. Then Pharaoh called for Moses with another altar deal. "Take your little ones and worship, but your livestock must stay here." Moses said, "You must allow us sacrifices for the Lord, and every hoof will travel. We won't leave one behind the door until we reach the place we do not know what he'll require." Again the king grew hard and would not let the people leave. Then threatened Moses, "Get away and never come to me. The day you see my face again, I promise you will die." Moses answered, "You have spoken right. I won't return before your eyes." Heaven knew what Pharaoh did, and one final plague would strike, and Egypt's firstborn soon would fall on one appointed night. What do I take from Exodus 10 as I keep walking through? First, delayed obedience is disobedience. Trust is truth. Second, bondage off is compromise. Leave something here behind. God's freedom is impartial, not a hope remains behind. Third, I have sinned means nothing if the heart won't change. It's mine. Fear may beg for quick relief, then return to former ways. Repentance bears its fruit beyond the terror of the plague. When darkness covered Egypt, God's own people still had light. The Lord can make distinction in the deepest human night. Last pride can feel the darkness and still refuse to hear. So I leave chapter 10 with this engraved into my soul. When God commands me forward, I must follow with the whole. No child, dream, gift, or calling left in Egypt's grip. He doesn't free a fraction when he tells his own to live. I keep walking toward the night when judgment reaches every door. 9 plagues have shaken Egypt, but the hardest one is stored. The final warning approaches, soon a lamb's blood will be shown. Exodus 10 ends in darkness, and Pharaoh sits upon his throne.